Actually, before we get into the benchmarks, I want to tell you guys something. YouTube actually tried to cancel me. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. I don't know if this thing is actually working or not. Today's December the 2nd. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays. Holidays. I can't speak. But leave a comment on how you guys are celebrating Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas. Let me know. I want to see how you guys celebrate. Me personally, I'm just gonna be spending time with my family. So this build did cost me around $435, and that's an insane price for a DDR5 system. But I really want to talk to you guys about this bundle I was able to get that you see in front of me. So this is an MSI Pro B760 motherboard. It comes with an M.2 2TB. The CPU in it is an i5-13400F. It came with this small form factor 3050. Now I'm not going to be using it in this build, but I just wanted to tell you the same deal I was able to get. And it came with a power supply. It came with an 850 watt. I'm saving that for another build. So I'm going to use this Roswell 750 watt instead for this build. But yeah, insane deal. I drove an hour and a half for it, 150 for a DDR5 system. Now that air cooler is terrible, and I'm going to replacing that with this one, my patented ID cooling CPU cooler. Now that you guys know the bundle, the graphics card I will be using is this 3070 right here. The guy I bought it from kept it really clean, and he only charged me 170 for it. So I think that's a pretty great deal for this 3070. This is a DDR5 kit of RAM, 32 gigabytes, clocked at 6,000 megahertz. And I'm just going to be using these black cables because I bought them a long time ago. I need to use them anyway. So let's get to the build, man. Now, the case that I'm using in this build is this Montech XR case. It is an ATX style case, and I just realized that I have a micro ATX board. I didn't even think about that when I was looking to order a case. I was just looking for something in the $50, $60 range, and that's what this one cost me. Well, it actually cost me $75 with tax. But $75 for this case, not too bad. But the micro ATX might look a little weird in it. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't like that, but it should still work out. Now, one thing I do really like about this Montech XR case, obviously it comes with 3 pre-installed fans, but the 2 fans on the right here are actually intake fans, and they have reverse blades, so they basically intake instead of being exhaust fans, which is great for me because now I don't actually have to flip the fans over like I did in my last video. All right. So as you guys saw, I tried to get this thing booted up, and it's not showing me anything. And I'm wondering if it's the RAM I chose. It is AMD Expo RAM, and this is an Intel system. But I saw online that it should still work. But in my situation, I guess it's not working. Now I got to find some new RAM. So I'll see you when I get some RAM on this one. So it's been a couple of days since I was last working on this PC. It's been about a week, I want to say. But I did tell you guys the bundle I got that I'm using for this PC would cost me around $150, and that was the motherboard, the CPU, the power supply, and the M.2. Well, what I didn't tell you is it came from a pre-built PC. So the M.2, I'm not sure the brand, it was called Phison, but it is a 2 terabyte and it does work. So we're still going to stick with it. But the RAM that I bought for this motherboard is AMD Expo RAM. I paid $50 for it, and I checked the manufacturer and it does not support AMD Expo RAM. So that was the issue and why it was not posting. And I can show you the RAM stick here. AMD Expo. That was the issue. So I did go ahead and buy some new RAM. And this RAM is the Silicon Power DDR5, 6000 megahertz, and 32 gigabytes. So we're going to use this. It is Intel XMP ready. And this is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and get this baby installed. Now that both the RAM sticks are put in place, let's see if we can get a post now. Okay, lights come on. That's what we're looking for. Let's see if we can get a post. Come on, baby. I'm not seeing anything. It's not good. Well, it's new hardware, so it should pop up. Okay, there we go. Got it to post. It does have Windows 11. So now we got the RAM. Everything's installed. Now I am going to play some games on. Let's get these benchmark tests out the way. Actually, before we get into the benchmarks, I want to tell you guys something. YouTube actually tried to cancel me. So last week I was working on this exact PC. I normally do one PC at a time. And so last week I was working on this one, and as the first RAM set didn't work, I got an email saying my YouTube has been deactivated for violating terms of service. I was like, what? And then I go on my computer and look at my channel, it's gone. So I'm putting in a couple appeals. It took like 2 or 3 times, but they finally gave me my channel back and said I actually didn't violate any of their terms of service. So that was a little weird, but I was able to get the channel back up and running, and this video will get uploaded. So that was that. So here is the finished build. It did cost me $447.09. Remember, I did have to switch out the RAM sticks. The original RAM kit cost me around $50. This RAM kit cost me around $80.99. And as far as the M.2, it is a 2 terabyte, but I've never heard of the Phison brand. Like I said, this came from a pre-built PC, so it's probably a generic M.2. And I do plan on selling this for around the $900 range. Let me know what you guys think. If that's too high, too little, let me know down in the comment section. So as far as the benchmarks go, I wanted to start off with one of my favorite games as of right now, Marvel Rivals. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend playing it. It is similar to Overwatch, but the performance it gave playing this game, it gave around, I want to say, lows 90s, and then high guys around 130. One of the most fun games I played so far. My own personal PC, this gets around 80 to 90, so it's getting over 120, I would say, on average. Love this game. Let's get on to the next one. So the next game I decided to try was Fortnite. This was actually not on performance mode. It gave me around 130 to 120 frames per second. I forgot to turn on my MSI Afterburner, but it did perform very well here in Fortnite title. Game ran very smooth. I had no hiccups or trouble with it. And I'm also loving the OG Fortnite. This is beautiful. Look at that one pump. I'll miss that. So the last game I decided to test is Cyberpunk. And this is actually one of the first times I have on ray tracing. I actually probably should have put a ray tracing a little bit higher. It is set to low, but a lot of the settings are high and ultra, as you're about to see is when I scroll down. There you go, high and a bunch of ultra settings. So let's see how it performs in this benchmark test. So after the benchmark test was finished, as you can see, the average FPS was 108.88 and the minimum FPS was around 90. and the maximum went up to 135. And I definitely should have increased the ray tracing just to see what it would give me, but it performed great to me. This is very playable at 1080p with a little bit of ray tracing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this PC. Is it worth 900? Is it worth 1,000? Tell me down what you think in the comment section.